Welcome back to Kids Hub Media Network. My name is Regine Bennett, and I am the junior broadcaster. Now, current president, and I just want to thank you for joining us again. I'm back at it again. You had Treyana recently, and she did a fabulous job over at our page on Instagram. That's at KSAMCJC. Because today I'm representing not only Kito Media Network, but Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation Junior Council. And today we'll be continuing with our sixth Instagram live discussion with a representative from the Jamaica Prefects Association. They are in charge of all the prefects in secondary schools across the island in all 14 parishes. And we'll be joined by their public relations officer, Miss Kubiana Walters. You want to stay tuned for that. Remember to use up your hashtag COVID-19, hashtag I am resilient, hashtag KSAMCJC, and just come on over to the page. I'm going to start the live right now, and we're going to get right into it. Hello, Prefects Association Jamaica. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining Lisa underscore Charms. Thanks for joining, everyone. I'm your host. I'm back again. Yes. My name is Regine Bennett. I attend the St. Hughes High School for Girls in Kingston, Jamaica, and I'll be your host for today. Now, today is our sixth Instagram Live discussion. That's a milestone. We have as our guest today a representative from the Prefect Association of Jamaica. Her name is Miss Kubiana Walters, and she is their public relations officer. So you really want to stay tuned and glued for that discussion. We're just waiting for her to join. But in the meantime, between time, let me know how you're doing. How are you all coping amidst this COVID-19 pandemic since the last time I've been on here? I mean, you've been with Triana, and we all know how that discussion went, right? Fabulous. So, how were those? How have you been? How's your family members? Let me know. Let me know before we continue the show. Thanks for joining Ice Cubes underscore. Lori, thanks for joining. Lori is precious. And thanks for joining Lati J6. The unique one, thanks for joining as well. Hey, Prefects Association. I'm just waiting for her to join. Will she be joining from your page? The Prefects Association page? Because then, I'll just have you guys join the live and get right into it. I just want to remind you guys that we're streaming live thanks to our partner Kids Hub Media Network, to Kids Hub YouTube, Kids Hub Periscope, Kids Hub Facebook, Kids Hub LinkedIn, and Kids Hub Twitch. So you want to make sure that you don't hitch on going over there and watching our videos and just supporting us to the fullest extent. Thanks for joining Rashi underscore Pierce. Thanks for joining Aish underscore Aishiba. Thanks for joining us. Yes. Thanks for joining Kenisha Henry JM. It's underscore Annie. Thanks for joining John Claude, our current youth mayor. Thanks for joining. All right, the Prefects Association, Jamaica said, don't worry, we're ready. We're ready too, and we're steady. Let's go. Let's get this discussion on the road. I'm just awaiting Miss Walters, and we can get this discussion on the way. For the persons joining us on the Kids Hub Media Network stream, we just want to tell you to head on over to at KSAMCJC on Instagram. Join the discussion wherever you are in the world, Australia, Canada, the USA. Just join us right here on Instagram in Jamaica, where we have, a single connection. Thank you for joining, everyone. Let me share this live with her. Hey, you out there? One moment. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name? Oh, okay. Okay, so we're ready to rock and roll. Hi, I can't see you as yet because it says waiting for Prefect Association JA. But apparently the people can see you. So until it loads, how are you? I'm good, and you? I'm fine. Thanks for joining us on our sixth Instagram live discussion. It's a pleasure to have you as our guest today. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me. You are most welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm ready to just get into the meat of the discussion. But before I do so, how have you been? How have your family and you been coping throughout this COVID-19 pandemic? Well, it's kind of been living in a structure. So, like for me, I get up at a certain time, I check to see if I have any classes or any homework going on, and then I do some other stuff for like JPA, and then after that, I just chill for the rest of the day. But for like my mom now, she is like on a strict thing. She gets up and then she says, "Okay, I'm gonna clean the house," and then she goes outside and she does her gardening, and then she comes back in and she does her thing, and then she cooks, and then so she has her routine. That's great. I mean, you have a lot of things doing to occupy your time, and your family has been occupying their time well, and that's good to hear. So, how do you manage your time as the public relations officer of the Jamaica Prefects Association? Well, I mean, I always try to stick to a schedule, but sometimes it doesn't work out. Some days it doesn't work out. So, what you have to do, you have to prioritize certain things. What I've learned over the months that I have to just know how to just get certain things done as soon as they come up, and then I'll have like more free time for GPA. Yes, I'm gonna reconnect with you because this is just not loading. So I'm gonna join you again. Okay, no problem. I'm not sure why I'm unable to see her face. I'm going to come back again. I'm going to restart the live because I'm just not able to see her and I want the connection to be real. I'm just looking at myself and it's just like, whoa, I really want to be able to see her. So I'm going live again.
Are you seeing me now?
No, I'm unable to see you. I guess I'm just gonna have to give it a longer time to chip in. But we just want to thank everybody for joining us on the live. Thank you, Jed, on the DJW_Bs. Welcome again, Miss Walters. I am unable to see you, but the show has to continue. So yes, along the line of your position at the Jamaica Prefect Association, you were sharing with us like how you manage your time. So just continue along that line, please.
So on a normal day, I have a plan for like, okay, if I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do this. But unfortunately, that's not how it goes in JK. Something always comes up. I mean, like every day, to be. And so, what I've learned, the easiest way to deal with it is just you see
I'm
me
seeing you now, yes.
Woo! The easiest way to deal with it is just make sure whatever task you have set at 8, just get that. But I'm talking about time that if anything comes up in between, you're always available to just give it your best shot.
Absolutely, and time management is key, right? It's a difficult concept for many to grasp, but if you just try and be aggressive about what you do with your time, prioritize your time, and what you do within that 24 hours that you're given each day, a lot can come out of it for sure, right?
Don't suffer.
Definitely. Now, share with us how we can be a part if we're in the secondary school level or even outside. Share with us the different branches of how we can be a part of the Jamaica Prefects Association.
Well, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is just be a part of your school's prefect body, and then once application, the period open for to apply for the position, the president, the PRO, general secretary, national treasurer, whatever position it is that you are interested in. Once that the post becomes open, you apply to it, and by November, I think, like either late October, early November, you should be notified whether you were successful, and that's when you become on board. And one way that you can make sure that you're up to date with the application season is to follow the Prefect Association of Jamaica.
I love how you do that, in. Of course. So if I'm just a part of the school student body, I can be a part of it even if I'm not applying for any position.
So by right, once you're a prefect, senior prefect, head prefect, whatever term your school uses, you are part of the JPA. It's just that you will have representatives per day. So that would be the executive members who will speak on your behalf. What we try to do to include everybody is that if your school doesn't have like an executive member, what you do is the head girl or the head boy or the deputies, they are of our members group chat. And so whatever information we have for the schools or any events upcoming, they are the ones who relate to their school principals and their prefect ones. So you will never be left out.
Definitely, I love that. Everybody counts. What was it like? I mean, and how is it still like being the public relations officer? I mean, there are different opportunities at hand. What's the journey been like so far?
It's really, really nice. It's an opportunity to work up close with the ministry. specifically the Youth and Adolescents Policy Division, and it's also an opportunity to work with different organizations and other youth groups such as yourself. And it's just a wonderful time or a wonderful way how to meet new people
Yes.
and to just serve as a youth leader. Like it really helps you to grow, and so effectively you become one of your school's top representatives.
Definitely, and amidst this period, we're really big on youth exercising resilience because many times we sit at home and we're like, oh, COVID-19, we're not able to engage in productive activities for self development, and just for our natural ability to grow, and we just slack off in simple terms. So I'm so proud of you for still, keeping up that drive and fulfilling your duties as a public relations officer and even joining me on this live and just staying active. We really want to give a shout out to the Prefects Association of Jamaica because they are really active, they are really staying in tune, and we just really love that, and we're really thankful and grateful that we could partner with you on our COVID-19 Building Resilient Students campaign because it's not only important that we build resilient communities, but resilient students like yourself and I, right?
Absolutely. And thank you for the opportunity for collaborating with you. It was absolutely wonderful.
You are most welcome and thank you. Now into the meat of the matter, the discussion, right? Centered around your perspective of the entire COVID-19 and building resilience and all the shenanigans, right? Many persons just don't see a way out and they just don't see where the COVID-19 pandemic is ending anytime soon. It's just a period of gloom. And that rhyme, but it's just a period of gloom. And they just don't think that there is a good life after COVID-19. There is life after COVID-19, yes, but how do you think life will be?
Well, I know it will be very different. A lot of things that we probably are used to having physical interactions, it probably might move online. And I know a lot of persons aren't prepared for that, but it's a possibility that we might have to embrace in the future. Maybe not
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica like immediately after COVID. But I feel like a lot of things might just go virtual. But I mean, in the meantime, during the pandemic, what we can do is to enjoy ourselves at home and opportunity to be amongst our families, to be happy and healthy.
Definitely, definitely. And I believe that life after COVID will be a period, as in my past discussions where I stated that the game changers will be able to change the game and the earth shakers will be able to shake the earth. So, yes, I agree with you that there will be more discoveries on the virtual side in terms of how we adjust as an economy and as a nation. So, that's something to look forward to, right?
It sure is. It really is. I think people long for the time to go back outside fully, and not be under like a time restriction, like everybody inside at 6. So, we're
Definitely.
definitely.
We just want to give thanks for the support from Rajeja JA. Sorry. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Giant underscore DJW underscore Beast. Actually, our youth mayor is on the live right now. Thank you for joining, Jean Claude. Thank you for joining, Spooky underscore TS. And TU batch underscore Mama Bear says hashtag pro teacher. I think that's for you. Go.
I think
Yes. And Jan underscore DJW underscore B says it's not done yet. She's just getting started with the interview. LOL. All right. Thank you for joining us, everyone. And we're with the Jamaica Prefects Association's Public Relations Officer, Miss Kubiana Walters. I love your name, by the way. It's so different. You're most welcome. How do you remain calm amidst this period? Because you appear collected and know the different strategies to apply during periods that call for resilience. So how do you remain calm?
I really couldn't do it without support from friends, family, teachers, it's the only way to stay, like have a sense of grounding, because then if they're there to help you, stick to your routine, because with your friends, for instance, they'll want to see you level up. So if you guys, if we all keep encouraging each other every day, getting the task done together, that kind of a thing, by the end of the pandemic, we would level up together. That would be some sort of encouragement during the hardship that we're facing now. With teachers, they all want to see us, graduate, because I'm an upper sixer. So they all want to see us graduate. So, they're working together with us. They're doing everything they can. They're going beyond the call of duty. So, that's one way that, on our end, that we are able to receive the support, and for them, because they're seeing literally their hard work, in real life. So I think that's one way to remain calm and collected. So just always, or even if you don't have that, but try to seek like some support from, like a common interest that you do. So if it is that you've never cooked before, try and take up a little cooking classes, that they have on like Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, or simply just planting a flower outside, or something that helps you to stay in tune with yourself but not completely lose yourself at the same time.
Definitely, I think persons need to understand the difference between social distancing and being socially distant as well. Because yes, we're supposed to stay 6 inches apart, stay home rather, but we can still connect with our friends and family members virtually. We can still engage in activities virtually, such as this. I mean, this is a way of engaging on a global platform, that too. And I think it's also very important, as you said, to really engage in activities at home. I've been exercising with my mom. That's our routine, and it's hard, but it's something new. Yes, it's
I've
something new.
tried the whole exercise thing. Let's just say the will is there, but the execution is kind of poor.
Yes, and it's important to exercise because we need to keep our brain cells alive and going, our entire well-being. So I just would advise you out there, if you're having fear, head out without fear, not outside though, but try something new. As you said, plant a tree, read a book, or do something fun. Don't just watch Netflix and, talk to your friends all day, have a balanced schedule, and do something that uplifts you, that lets you say when you are over with this period, or when COVID-19 is over with us, that, during quarantine I did this. This is something new. You don't want to come back out as the same Regine Bennett. You don't want to come back out as the same Kubiana Walters. You want to be somebody who is new and improved, fresh off the block, something different. Definitely. Thank you for joining us again, underscore Aishiba. And Petrona Wihel says, so proud of my little cousin coming all the way from the UK. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. All right. So we know that there has been many changes in terms of CXC, CAPE, and all the upcoming examinations, right? So how do you advise one to be prepared and to stay motivated in order to be resilient amidst these changes, because there will still be an exam no matter how far it's being pushed back. So how do you advise us to stay prepared and motivated?
Well, I mean, I don't know what to say per se, because like, alright, so when school was just closed, I was of the mentality, it was like of the mentality, okay, I have extra time, I have an extra 2 weeks to all to myself, no work, no nothing, no classes, or like extra time is coming. I can focus on what I need to get done, and then from that will be easier. But as the day goes by, and preparing for an exam indefinitely, it's kind of hard, But I mean, I heard this Sunday that exams are now scheduled for July, so that's giving me some sort of like a wake up call. Okay, July, we're not too far away, so let's start studying more and reading something. So there's that, I guess, try and, I know it's hard, but if it's at least like an hour a day, for like a certain subject, or like you say, all right, so for like you have, let's do mathematics, and so each day an hour of math, and then the next week an hour of literature, each day an hour of literature, that kind of a thing. But it's really hard to study for an exam indefinitely, so you just have to take it day by day, because we don't know how this pandemic will pan out. We don't know if it's going to end at the end of June, or we don't know if it's going to also, extend, because Jamaica is different from the rest of the world. And so we just have to take it day by day. So just do what you do, not to waste our brain cells by completely not studying, but also just do it day by day, hour by hour. That's my advice.
I love that. Take it day by day because many times we try to eat off more than we can even stomach. And it's really important for us to really balance our time. Set a schedule, as you said, and just have each subject. And just say we do literature this day, maths this day, and find a way that works for you. Everybody works differently in terms of how long they can study for, or their entire attention span, and just their entire mental absorption process. So I agree with you on that. And I would just also encourage persons to just be self motivated. I mean, amidst exercising resilience, you have to have an internal drive. You have to have something that pushes you as well. Because if you just depend on, oh, I'm doing this because of, and I want to achieve this because of, and that in the sense of one of your milestones, which would be the CSEC and CAPE examinations, you really want to have a push inside of you, that hunger inside of you still going, because it's really hard. Many of my friends are not really many of them, but a few of them are just not in a good state mentally, to say that it's really deteriorating their mental health. It's taking a toll, and we just really need to reflect and to just take it one day at a time, as I said. I really love that, because I think many of us are really paying attention too much of what is into the media, and as such that's being absorbed by us, and it's taking a heavy toll. So I would just advise you to take a step back as well.
Negative energy, if we absorb so much negative energy, of course we're going to radiate the same negative energy. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of, not, I'm not saying to completely avoid the news, because we do need that in our
Mm-hmm.
preparations for exam. But if you do find that you're getting a little depressed by watching, you just take a break, do something, go outside, breathe some fresh air. If you live in
Mm-hmm.
Portmore, be bit by a mosquito. Hopefully you don't get anything. But just go outside and just enjoy nature for a while. Or just, as we said earlier, read a book, or just do something else that you love to take your mind off things, because it can be a lot.
Definitely. And along the line of commitment, we really want for persons to be aggressive about their procrastination, because many times it's not even to say, like, all right, you can't achieve X and Y goals in a set day, but it's just that we procrastinate a lot, and you still gonna do this, but then you're like, should I can't bother, this is just not for me today, I'm so sorry. No, it's just not gonna work out, plain and simple. And you just don't do it, and then the next day it's a tomorrow, man, tomorrow, on the side there are two persons on your shoulder saying, you're not do it tomorrow, stop it, I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, no. You don't get it done, so you really need to be aggressive about your procrastination and put a nip in it. It's hard, but you have to start somewhere. You have to be like, you know what? I'm gonna do this today, and just do it. Don't even say it. Just do it. And that's the thing about commitment. Sometimes you just have to do it, and just, turn a deaf ears to all the voices of saying, procrastinate, it's never late, but you really need to stop. So I think so too. I agree with you. We just want to thank Shani underscore Boo for joining us. We also want to thank Lati J6 for joining us, and Aishiba says, so true. And if you're tired and want to even take the week off, take it. Your mental health is important. And Maki DM says the teachers are giving too much work, and when we were in school, they were not giving so much work. What do you have to say about that, Kubiana? Can you relate?
I felt when online classes really got into the swing of things, I absolutely fell on it. So I'm not even gonna lie. And I was like, oh, like every single there's an assignment due every single hour for the day for like 2 weeks straight. But the important thing is knowing your limit. So try take a day or like a I don't know, like half for me I'm different. So I would take a day and I say, okay, cool, you have to get this, you have to get this, you have to get this done, you have to get this done because the deadline is in like 2 days. So that's for me. But for most persons it's hard. So they'll wait till like the last minute, unfortunately. But you have to like study yourself. So if you know that okay, I have a week to finish it, download it, start it the same time. So you have like one question done. Then if you feel like it in the night, get a snack, drink some juice, finish question two. Then watch a movie or go to your bed. The next morning, question three, and just keep it going so that there's some progress done. So by the time the deadline, it's either finished or you can turn it in early for like a first draft, second draft. So in the end, your grade it doesn't change. It won't be a bad grade, and you'll have feedback. You'll have helpful advice from your teachers. So things like that. It's definitely you just have to take it day by day.
And I agree with it. Georgie underscore Stew, strategically organized, smart. It's all about that. We're not saying that, oh, go each day and just work, 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 work. But we're saying that don't let a day pass and you don't say, I did this productive today. I achieved completing one of my many assignments sent to me. You just want to go to bed knowing that you did something productive that day. Did you do something productive today? I'm speaking to also the listeners and the viewers, but you can answer as well.
No, not today, really. I attended my classes and then
Yeah, that's productive. Attending the classes.
for right now because I was really excited. But that's about it. Like, I didn't really do anything like also the ordinary per se. Yeah, today was just normally I would because it's a Monday and then I'm like okay, full speed ahead. But today I just took it easy.
Definitely, and even along that line of attending classes, when we speak about preparation, even though the current CXC, the new rule that they're having in mind in the way that they want to deliver the examination, which is to have all paper ones, and for some subjects such as Spanish and the modern language department to just have the regular components, right? So preparation is still necessary. Paper one is not a walkover. You really still need to have ample content. You really need to be sharp on your content. Same way.
Look the same. I don't know if it happens. I don't know if it's just me, but I know if I don't prepare for multiple choice tests, A be looking like E, be looking like C, be looking like E, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? So you really have to prepare and study.
Definitely. And T batch underscore mama bear. Whoa, these Instagram names. And it helps you prepare for the eventual exam. Yes, that's what we're saying. It helps you to be prepared as well. And Jan underscore DJW underscore B says, I'm doing that right now. I am tuned in to KSAMC JC live on Instagram live. Thanks for Loki saying that you're doing something productive by being on our live. I mean, getting advice is one such way, but ensure that you do something productive each day, man. Right? How has the government policy affected closure policy rather, how has that affected your growth and development? How has that affected you on a personal level, Kubiana?
For me, grade 13 year was a strategy. So
Mm.
I knew by January I would have had to be done with a lot of things. That is, I would have to reach a certain way for my eyes. I would have to reach a certain way for university applications. I would have to reach like a certain limit for a lot of things that I want to do in life after high school. And so the school closure policy from March, it did dampen my goals a little bit, especially the outside ones, because I'm an avid swimmer, so I was planning to get back into the water and try to get back into shape for swim and all of that. But it hasn't really too affected me too much. In the sense, it has allowed me to refocus and rechannel some of my energy towards maybe some more, and it has allowed me to be a part of more things, to provide support for my friends more, that kind of a thing. So it hasn't really affected me too badly. Yes, I would like to have went to champs. Yes, I would have liked to, done a lot of things, but at the same time, I kind of understand because coronavirus is no joke. So just have to, it's like a 50-50, flip the coin, you know. So
Yeah, I understand. I like your perspective. I can see through my lens of your perspective. Now, how do you still stay connected to your love of swimming? I mean, do you have a pool or something like a pool, or do something
I
similar,
don't.
or do something similar to what you would do at practice?
I would normally train at the stadium or I would train at my school because my St. Andrew High School they have a pool. So
Mm.
that's what I would normally do. But luckily for the year we actually finished all our swim meets. So the last swim meet that we had was March 8th. Right. And then school closed like exactly 1 week after. So I was super grateful that we still got to have our swim meets, unfortunately. But for those who do tracks, champs and um, Grand Prix, those were cancelled. I
Yes.
think those were cancelled.
And I mean, life still goes on. Many persons on the sports side, they are really, especially the athletes, they were looking forward to even flying to the pen relays. They were looking forward to champs. It was many of their last years. I mean, this would be their last year to say, and they're just really sad. But I don't want them to think of it as something bad because every disappointment is an appointment. And I've learned that a lot of times. So even though in the moment, you're gonna feel bad. All this training, God, oh, why me? And why my team? Why the nation? Why the world? And we really ponder about these things. And even though we can't see the future, because surely if we were seeing the future, many of us would use our time to do other things in order to prepare for this, right?
Right.
Because we are reactive, but in terms of being proactive, that's a difference. That's a difference right there. And it's in a sense of, yes, you have to live in the moment and try to prepare as best as possible for what the future may hold, but you just don't know. And nobody knew that would be the last day of school when you see your friends, and you were just having a great time with them. If you left on a bad note, well, you left on a bad note, and I hope you solved that bad note. But it's just to say that we just never know. And as such, for example, the school closure policy and many other, factors that contributed to one not knowing that this would happen, it was so sudden, it affected our growth and our development, both optimistically and pessimistically. So when you're looking at it from the dark side, you're like, whoa, as you said, you're not able to go outside and engage in the different activities that you have. You love swimming. And so that's on pause for a while, unless you pretend to swim in your shower. I mean, if you do, if you do that. But on the optimistic side, you have to know that there's a future ahead and we just have to wait. I think the world needed this break, and your growth and development is not hindered. You can still progress. You can still bear fruit to success. So don't take this as a period where, oh, this is it. This period is just where I'm gonna just lay back and just lay all the things that you could be doing on the line. I mean,
Yes,
productivity.
what if I'm not?
Yes, yes, the what if. Yeah, as I was, just do it and stay productive. Continue growing, continue developing by all means possible. Never stop. All right. So now that we have that air cleared, how do you advise us to, you know, engage in? What advice do you have for us in terms of engaging in different activities at home in order to aid in our growth and development?
Well, I can speak for Jamaica Prefect Association. For our members, we have several different activities as much as we could for them. So it wasn't like, oh, just because we're not able to go outside, we're not able to have most of our events. Unfortunately, some of them were canceled, but we're able to bring them back and put them on Zoom. So Region 4 had their leadership conference on Zoom 3 weeks ago, and that was a big success. And Region 6 had their mass link up, and they had a keynote speaker, our immediate president, David Salmon, and that was another big success. Um, our president, Michael, he was involved with Victoria Mutual, like a financial aid advice session, along with the NSSC's president and I think a USAF ambassador. So things like those we still try. I know Jamaica Cricket Association and NSSC, we still do try to engage our members, but oh, and also to lift the spirits when it was looking a little, cloudy. What we did was that we tried to not really try, but we congratulated our members who would be matriculating to university members. So, we come up with different ways, to just celebrate life in the moment.
Yeah. Give them a round of applause. I love that. I would just want to thank also NSSC for joining the live as well. And thanks for partnering with us as well. Thanks for joining Shan underscore dot XO and Golden Mickey underscore. Thanks for joining us. Thank you for everybody who is on the live, who hops off and who comes back on. Even if you don't come back on, I just want to make sure that you leave with a message and that you left with something from this discussion. Thanks for joining us again, Claudius.jm. Right? Okay. So, along the line of speaking about our future and how COVID-19 will impact it and has been impacting it, because the future is tomorrow. So, when we wake up tomorrow, we'll see what tomorrow holds, right? So, in what way do you think the pandemic will impact your future?
Well, right now, I have a bit of a habit of seeing the present. So the future part, I'm not really sure on that one. But I do know to write your story for tomorrow, which is the future, by living in the present, by your action that you do in the present. So once you apply positivity, it's like the action reaction law. So whatever you do right now, there's always a consequence for it, or like an applause or like a commendation for it rather, tomorrow. So whatever decision you do now in the present, it will affect your future. So if you decide to, stay at home and just be a bum, then you'll come out of the quarantine with just a bum. But if you decide to end the quarantine, Microsoft, they have their different skills courses going on. I think City and Guilds they're trying to bring up board their online courses. for customer service and other. So if you engage in things like those, then by the end of the quarantine, you'll be certified in this, you'll be certified in that, those kind of things. So it basically whatever you
Not to
do
cut
now.
you, not to cut you, Kubiana. They're saying that you need to speak a little louder. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Whatever action that you do now, it will affect your future tomorrow. So if you decide to, be a bum now, you leave the quarantine being a bum. But however, if you decide to join online classes and you decide to, and you get certified, then you leave the quarantine with these certifications, and then you have things to like to leave the quarantine you can be qualified in, because eventually we want to have life after COVID, and to have life after COVID and for our country to be successful after a pandemic, we have to have responsible youth to just take the initiative upon themselves to be ready and to be qualified, because that's the only way that the country is going to progress economically.
I really do agree with you. Leave quarantine with a skill, as Latte J6 said. I really do agree with you as well, Kubiana. I think that the present really does impact your future. I mean, since as we're living in a now and nobody knows what tomorrow holds, proper preparation prevents poor performance. And that can be said against many different aspects. I mean, in this aspect for the future, if you prepare, even though you don't know what it holds, you just want to be prepared for anything that comes at it, because we're in a battlefield and we just don't know, right? We just don't know because we don't have that intelligence to see the future. So yes, so we really need to be preparing and manifesting and coming through on all the things that we said that we're gonna do, and just do it. Try new things, learn a skill, as I said, develop on the skill sets that you already have, and just continue improving, continue blooming, continue flourishing. And as such, that preparation will allow for excellent performance in the future in whatever you do, any arena. You are, you can even get a feature in the Gleaner. I mean, just continue. Just continue.
At least immediately.
Yes. Yes. Golden Mickey says, I love this. Keep up the good work, ladies. And thank you. Thanks for joining us, Clark underscore Tajanil. Thank you for joining us so much. Thanks to all the persons who are still here on the live. We have Ice underscore Cubes underscore. We have T Batch underscore Mama Bear. We have George underscore Stew. We have Lati J6 Sharika Campbell. Thanks for joining us, Sharika. Thanks for also joining us, Petrona. We held Clark and I said he married. Clark underscore Tajanil, Rashi underscore Pierce, Brosino one, King Kevin. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you guys are really taking away food for thought from this discussion, and it's just really resonating with you. All right. So before I have our next question, before the last question that I have for you. All right. So what advice can you give to a student who is struggling to cope amidst this pandemic, the COVID-19 crisis?
Definitely. I do stand by the reaching out to peers. If you have like-minded peers that want advance and want to be better, I do suggest reaching out to them and like hearing from them and seeking their support. I know for at least like my school, we have like today they rolled out guidance counselor support. So if you're alone, you have the guidance counselors to reach out to. I'm not sure that's the case for like every school, but in that case, if that's not, if you have a teacher that you're really close to, then maybe that teacher could help you, because all teachers, they want the best for their students. So I would think that's the next best thing to do. Or yeah, or if you're in a youth organization, I'm not sure everybody is. Throwing out or deciding to have a discussion amongst them to get different mindsets and perspective on things that might be able to help you, change your not really change your mind, but see through a different lens and refocus and recalibrate and come again.
Yes. There you have it, viewers and listeners. Her advice for any student out there struggling to cope amidst this crisis. We want to thank the persons who are watching live stream thanks to Kids Hub Media Network, and for those persons on our Instagram page watching this live right now, our Instagram live discussion. We want to thank everybody watching from Kids Hub YouTube, Kids Hub Twitch, Kids Hub Facebook, and Kids Hub LinkedIn, and also Kids Hub Periscope. Just to pop that in. Now for the final question, right? Let me read this comment first. T batch underscore Mama Bear. But your mental health and spiritual health come first. I would edit that new skill saying with come out of this a better you. Be Where is this comment going? Be it a skill or self-management or a stronger prayer life. I really do agree with you on that. I mean, when we're touching the spiritual realm now, this is a period for us to draw closer to God and to just really go to Him in prayer, fasting, and to just be under His wings, like more under His wings, and just really bring all our concerns and all our, pessimism, let him turn it into optimism, and just let his love and knowing that he will always be here for us even during this period where it looks so gloomy, that God is there. And we just really need to turn to God in prayer and anything that we do, our entire spiritual health, as underscore Mama Bear said. It's important, very important. We would never leave that out. Drawing closer to God is very vital, it's essential, right? So now for the question that I have for you, Miss Kubiana Walters, right? What's one of the craziest things you've ever heard, seen, or done since this pandemic? Like any one of them, heard, seen, or done since this COVID-19 pandemic. Might be a meme. It might be that you got to witness a scene, or you did something that was crazy. I mean, I'm all ears.
Definitely, it would be watching persons having a party despite the restrictions of social distancing and having no more than 10 persons, because there are always videos of that popping up online, and it like amazes me sometimes to see how people can think. But that's definitely like the craziest thing I've seen since this pandemic. And also, yeah, that's the craziest thing I've seen. Despite people, being warned about how the transmission rate between uncovered faces, they still have social gatherings.
That's one of the that's your piece. All right, there you have it. That
Can you believe President Trump's comment about like Lysol? I think somebody mentioned it here. Oh yes, Latin JC. Lysol can cure COVID. That's like also crazy because they had to come out and be like, no customers, you cannot cure COVID. Do not ingest it. Do not inject it. Do not do this. Do not do that. Like
yes, I think Mrs. Nicole McLaren Campbell was also saying that as well. That's one of the craziest things she's seen. But persons drinking Lysol thinking it can cure them. Wow, crazy, I tell you. Well, thank you on behalf of the entire KSAMC's Junior Council. My name is Regine Bennett, and I just want to thank you.
thank you so much for having us. It was such a great time.
You are most welcome, and thank you so much for answering all the questions I had for you. Thank you for engaging in this discussion, engaging in the different, sharing your perspective on the different avenues zoning with my little periscope. And I just want to thank you for joining us. Have a blessed rest of the day. God God's richest blessings upon you and your family, and just continue to be the amazing, beautiful, and loving and smart young lady that you are.
Oh, thank you so much, and same blessings to you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.
That's a wrap. Right here on the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation Junior Council 6th Instagram live discussion with the public relations officer, one public relations officer to another, right? Her name is Miss Kubiana Walters, and she was just amazing. A woman of power and vision, right? Thank you for joining Catherine Lee underscore 21. Thank you. Thank you. You are awesome. Georgie underscore Stu. You are awesome. You everybody on this live, for those who joined, left, and rejoined, you are awesome. You are amazing. And I just want to encourage you all to continue sharing the contents of our page, because you know that we are big on serving you. We care. We're there. We listen. We understand. And we just seek to engage with you amidst this period and just to help you fight with COVID-19, because we have to make it through this as a team, right? Thanks for joining Ada Hunchi. Thanks for joining us as well. And that's a wrap. We want to thank everybody who visited, and for the persons who are still watching and will watch this on our stream from Kids Hub Media Network to YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, LinkedIn, and Twitch. We just want to tell you thanks for joining us. Thanks for heading over to the Instagram page. And if you haven't, you want to stay tuned for, tomorrow's discussion. Yes, thanks. No, thank you. Thanks for having me as well. Thank you, Prefect Association JA. T batch underscore Mama Bear says she really was. Love you, could be hashtag pro teacher. Big up all the teachers. Prefect Association JA says teamwork makes the dream work. Amen. And I just want to say a very happy, special, belated Mother's Day to all the mothers around the world. The Junior Council of KSAMC spreads our heartiest and sincerest love to you. Thank you for bringing forth and being the fruit of the future. You are our first teachers, and we love you so much. Bless up all the mothers around the world. If you are the child of your mother or the child of a guardian who accepts the role of a mother, just pick her up to tell her that the Junior Council sends her love, give her a big hug for us, and just let her know that she is amazing. I would just want to thank JT underscore Doogie for joining us as well. And to know who will be on our show tomorrow, you just have to stay tuned for the post and head on over there, that too, to follow us. If you haven't, all you have to do is just touch that blue and white button that says follow, and welcome to the family. This is a family that you won't regret being a part of. That's a wrap for me again. Regine Bennett signing out. Bye. I'm signing out from the stream as well. God's richest blessings to you. Happy belated Mother's Day, that too. To all the mothers around the world. And if you are the child of a mother or the one who's watching who was raised by somebody who accepted and fulfilled the role of a mother, tell her happy birthday from Kids Hub Media Network. Kids Hub Media Network loves all mothers across the globe. Every cribble and corner, every avenue. Happy belated Mother's Day to you. Thanks for joining us. My name is Regine Bennett from Kids Hub Media Network.